SS that we've done a bit of work on. It came to us originally with a supercharged already with the LSA on it, fairly large camshaft in it, different exhaust system, different air cleaner system, different pulley ratio, all sorts of bits and pieces. We sorted it out back then. The guy's been super happy with it, but what he actually wanted to do was run one of these intercooler reservoirs that we designed for the system. This one's a little bit different the way it's looked. We've made it suit the SS bits and pieces rather than the actual LSA, the actual GTS, but same system. The reservoir, for those people who are not sure what's going on, the reservoir is not going to make any increase in outright horsepower. It's not an outright horsepower feature. What it is a consistency feature. Basically through two folds. One, it gives you more fluid, so there's more fluid to carry the temperature away from the engine. So it helps a little bit there, but really its main advantage is with essentially the aeration that happens with the boiling, with the bubbling, with the heat of the supercharged, the heated air intake charge as it goes through there, and the intercooler is taking the temperature out of the air. Well, the intercooler water is heating up, and you can actually get bubbling, boiling, cavitation starting to go on in that point. That then filters into the pump, and you end up with your system actually all boiling and not able to cool properly because it hasn't got dense water to do the cooling in the front radiator. The reservoir is the bit that helps with that. The water can go into that, it's letting the air out at that point, because the point where the actual bubbles can come out, and then it's giving a nice strong solid feed back to the pump. So essentially the reservoir is, like I said, twofold, giving you a bit more water, but it's also helping with when you're belting it up and staying in the hot weather or just giving it a hard time, it's helping getting that water out, which ultimately ends up with better cooling for the intercooler system. Over here at the graph, basically this is just a graph, not much different than the last time we put this thing up. It's got the run that it had before, larger camshaft and not quite set up the same way, running the 550, and as you can see, power increase right across the range and nearly up at the 610 rear wheel horsepower. So not spinning things too hard, not over revving this. This is only running 10% on the supercharger. It's on obviously a high compression engine that it was designed to, being the standard 6 litre running around just over the 10 to 1 versus the LSA 6.2 litre running more down around the 9 and a bit compression ratio. So it's basically a good gain, nice combination, the 1900 sitting on this standard 6 litre with a mild camshaft, full exhaust system. It's going really well.